What's good, YouTube homies? Today we are hopping into our Lightfall Strand Developer Insights vidoc. So if you enjoy it, like, comment, subscribe. Yo, what up, YouTube? All right, like I said in the intro, we are about to look at the Developer Insights into Strand, the new subclass in Destiny 2 Lightfall, which drops on 28th of February. Let's take a look.
I'm most excited for Strand. That's going to be super epic, just to introduce a new damage type.
What's cool about Strand is it can take so many forms.
The first time players see some new super action for Strand is going to be really exciting.
Hell yeah!
Strand is this network of metaphysical connection. Objects, people, past, present, future. We call it the weave. Anytime a guardian needs to use Strand, revealing all the strands around them, reaching in, weaving weapons.
Each of the supers kind of reflect that idea, weaving into needles, weaving it into a giant rope dart, weaving it into claws, revealing it as these green strands in the world.
Green was definitely like something that we were excited about because it stood apart from other damage types. It kind of gave it like its own visual language. World strands are the things that are like more organic, flowing. It almost looks like a curtain of strands that flicker in and out of reality. The idea of like the strings, like the strands lighting up the world. I think that was when everything kind of started to come together, and like that starts to then influence what's the design.
That must be the
What
mission
is
where
the
we
VFX
actually
gonna
get
look like? What does audio sound like for it?
We really wanted to visually show that there's some sort of order in the universe or some sort of chaos. But when players take it in, they're weaving these weapons of destruction.
When developing Strand, we wanted the emotional fantasy to be based on ropes and strings, and the mechanical fantasy to be rapid movement, creating objects out of these strands.
When you are in each of your super states, you have these strand elements that are on you that are connected from above. Things that you create are constantly revealing this world of strands around you.
Threaded Spike, the hunter's melee ability, will bounce between enemies until it can't find anymore, and then it will come back to me. If I press the melee button again, as it comes back to me, I will catch it, and that gives me melee energy for the next time I want to use it.
As a VFX artist, we came up with this idea of when it goes out, let's put a bunch of additional communication on it to make it look more dangerous, and when it comes back, we don't add that stuff, and it's simpler, and then it feels less dangerous. And then that's when we know that we did it right, when you're not even questioning it. But getting to that point is definitely a challenge, and each one of the Strand abilities, I feel like, have these little twists in there.
That's so
It's so
dope,
important
dude.
that you can tell what it is at a moment's notice.
And then as we go through the process, there's revisions and refining it based off of play tests.
Sometimes there are small visual changes. Sometimes it's like overall big differences, and I think a good example is the Titan super.
We had this really cool swipe attack that was severing enemies, but it was hard to chase those enemies down. We need a long-range attack for the Titan that is going to enable us to get close with the melee attack and attack them. And Suspend was a natural choice for that.
One really cool thing we're introducing with Strand is the ability to suspend combatants. Combatants are lifted up into the air, they're suspended in these strand webs.
Their limbs are now like connected to these invisible strands, and they are vulnerable. Then you can then start to set up combos on top of that, or even just, I need to take a breath moment.
That really gives you and then your fire team members an opportunity to kind of set up 1-2 punch kind of combos. Sometimes you can use it more as utility and provide support for your team, and so I think that's going to create like a lot of opportunities where Strand's going to be valuable no matter what. I think it was really
It's like freezing
that
the
moment
enemy.
where everything kind of like clicked, and we're like, everyone on the team was like, oh, I get what Strand is now.
A big part of Strand looking at the concept art that we tried to clue into was the idea of cosmic webs. What do cosmic webs sound like?
Anything that kind of evoked this feeling of tension and pulling. things like recording us rubbing on plastics, leather gloves.
We would string out a big sheet of plastic wrap and running our fingers along it in really weird performative ways.
That's cool. That's so creative.
We actually start taking these sounds and combining them together and creating
So
new things
creative.
that are starting to sound a little bit more like something that could be put into the game.
That's just kind of the fun part of the sound design process that really brings everything together.
Some wacky things have happened as we've
That's
developed
so cool,
Strand.
dude.
Interactions
That's
we
so
didn't
cool.
necessarily anticipate. When you pick up a tangle and you throw it, you can grapple to that tangle, and you're sailing through the air after this tangle,
Oh,
which can then hit
yeah.
an enemy, blow them
so
up, and then you just swoop in and follow up.
Designers will
sick.
find these bugs that will come back and be like, oh, actually, you can do this. And you're like, let's double down on that, you know? Let's make that bug a feature.
That's, oh my.
One of the coolest things about the way
There's
that,
gonna be so many
that we
cool
work
trick
at
shots
Bungie
off
is
that.
we will take
Oh my
someone's
God.
awesome idea, and through playtesting, through iteration, we can keep tweaking it and make the idea better.
And then as we start to add the animation support, the VFX support, the audio support, that's when it really starts to come to life. All of that goes into making
that's so
Strand
dope,
this
man.
quality new damage type.
You can imagine how it could work on paper, but then when we actually have the final result, wow, this is gonna be something special.
And feels like nothing else I've ever played before.
That's what I'm talking about.
As players experiment
dude.
and figure out all the weird things they can do, they're gonna get even more excited.
I bet.
Oh yeah, this is cool. Like, this is it.
Once it goes live, then it's like, all right, let's see where players take it, and that's actually really exciting.
Oh, I'm so ready. Oh my, 6 days. 6 days, dude. I mean, were there any big highlights? I was hype on all of it. I mean, the supers look sick. They didn't show us a ton of Warlock. Except for like right in the beginning, right? The Threadweaver spawns those little mites. Yeah. It's almost like Blade Barrage,
I'm most
except
excited for Strand. That's going to be super epic, just to introduce
I'm
a
so
new damage
excited,
type.
man.
What's cool about Strand
We're
is
going
it
to be
can take
playing
so
the
many
heck out
forms.
of this.
The first time players
I cannot
see
wait
some new
for
super
Lightfall.
action for Strand is going to be really exciting.
I literally took vacation for 3 days after it drops, and we are going to be grinding it.
Strand is this network
There's gonna be
of
a lot of
metaphysical
content coming
connection.
out, guys.
Objects, people, past, present, future.
All right. I appreciate everyone hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed that little dive into what Strand is going to be like. I thought it was super cool. Showing us all the different things like the VFX effects. They were showing us how they made the sound for Strand. Like, that's just sick. Like, they're so creative. I can't wait. But I will catch y'all with some more Destiny content probably tomorrow, because I think there's another trailer, a revealed trailer, like an official trailer coming out tomorrow. We'll take a peek at that. And then I will probably see y'all on the 28th, because it's going to get wild. Until then, I will be dropping probably some more Nuzlocke videos, maybe some more Destiny. We'll see. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest video. If you did, check out one of the 2 videos below, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.